Well, everybody, I think it is that time. So here's the deal. We are doing the Kusog7ande Gauntlet today. This is our first one. With this, the players are given 10 different challenges from 10 different games. Whoever clears the most of these challenges is the victor and moves on. The loser will be going to the loser's bracket where they will have a different gauntlet. Again, with 10 different games, 10 different challenges. Crappy, I believe that I do have a new place for you to travel, so please take us past that guy. Yeah, Sparkman, what a nerd. You know what's not a nerd, though? Crappy. Because Crappy has arranged the gauntlet so kindly for us. Look at him. He's just thrilled to be giving it out. However, I do believe we will have somebody else joining me for commentary. If my volunteer is here, I would love to hear from you about what is going to be happening soon. Volunteer! I summon thee! I summon thee with loud brazenness. Loud brazenness. Oh, NPC, are you the volunteer?
Apparently I am.
Heck yeah, that's why we love to have you here. Now, there's actually a very, very important reason why you're the volunteer as well.
Yes, because I had to play these games.
Yeah, you actually did this gauntlet. In fact, let me go ahead and reveal. Hey, you know what else is fun? I didn't get the text file telling me the goals, so do you happen to have that?
No, I don't actually.
Well then, everybody, welcome to Kusog7ande. I actually need to know what the goals are. I don't even know what the games are, okay? I don't even have the file that tells me that.
Well, I can tell you what the games are. We have Tasmania for Game Gear.
Ah, yeah.
Caverns of Kafka for the Commodore 64.
Yeah.
Keith Courage in the Alpha Zones on the TurboGrafx 16.
Okay.
Baby Stay Out, which can rot and you know where.
Yeah, people are recognizing what this is. Okay. Keep going.
Orb 3D.
Yeah.
Orb 3D. Classic. Nightbot. Don't tell everybody. Dare it. Illusions on the ColecoVision. Contra Legacy of War on the PlayStation X. Nickelodeon Guts on the SNES. Lagoon on the SNES. And Green Dog for Game Gear.
Yeah! So I actually do have the list of all the challenges. Luckily, it was pinned to the top of the match channel. Thank you so much, Corndan, for clearly writing that out, and for whoever pinned it, which was also Corndan. These are difficult challenges.
They've changed the Caverns one, which makes me angry, but very understandable.
Yeah, there's a reason. We'll get into those reasons a little bit later. But yes, these 10 challenges, whoever clears the most of them will take the victory. Whoever doesn't, well, they won't take the victory, duh. But honestly, most of the time we can expect to see about, what is it? About 10, no, I usually say about 5 or 6 states cleared. However, there was a special thing when you ran this specific gauntlet, and if I'm not mistaken, it was actually a 2-hour round instead of 1 hour.
Yeah, it was 2 hours. I think I cleared 6 and Proton John cleared 5.
Yeah.
Which goes to show how hard this set's going to be.
This is, yes, the players only have an hour as an attempt at this. It's going to be absolutely magnificent. Y'all kick back. I'm getting everything captured and looking good, and I will give you an introduction in a little bit for how I track this for everybody. Don't worry about it. We've got a lot of details and a lot of fun coming up. Oh my gosh, I love this game. I love this game. I love gauntlets. I don't love Gauntlet Dark Legacy on Game Boy or Game Boy Advance. Yeah, that one. But I love the Kusog7ande Gauntlet. It's the best time of the year. This is where we get all of our fun.
It's the best time of the year.
Something
But yeah,
about
but
shopping.
yeah, I think people are very much ready for everybody to not play Baby's Day Out.
Oh, no, honestly, I would play Baby's Day Out, but that's because I'm super cool. With that said, I almost have everything captured. Considering that this is a Kusog Gauntlet, aspect ratio sometimes get a little bit bonkers, so if things look incorrect, you can probably blame the fact that consoles had different aspect ratios and not blame me, which should be a tradition, not blaming Brosentia. Right? I think that's a tradition. Oh, speaking of things, do I have somebody to do audio for us?
I'm not in the channel, so I don't know.
LMFAO. Okay.
I'm just here to talk and be pretty.
Audio.
And I can only talk.
You can be pretty. It's okay. Trust me, it's okay. Pretty is good. Okay. I've got a couple other things that I still need to change as well. That's okay. Welcome to the first Gauntlet where I actually have something that's called setup. Don't know if you've ever heard of it, huh?
Yeah, setup is a thing.
Yeah. Sure is. Okay, bam, bam, bam. Let's go ahead and do this.
I think when I was given this, there was only, let's see, one game I actually knew, two that I kind of could fake knowing, and then the others were just going to be complete luck if I was going to actually get past them.
Yeah, that's actually one of the other things with the gauntlets, is that we do not ban people from knowing the games. In fact, having a wider game knowledge can be somewhat beneficial, even if it's just, I know enough about this game that I do not want to play it.
Which is going to be very helpful for Baby's Day Out. And I don't care.
I mean, you are basically correct about that. Oh, come on. It's a fun game. For me. Alright, I'm gonna have to play around with filters a bit because welcome to everybody having a different setup. Blah, 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 and sometimes the audio is just way too quiet, so I have to play around. That's fine. That's my job. My job is to make things look and sound reasonable. Well, everybody, as you can see, we have both of the players here as well as the challenges that they will be doing. What you see the list of games up at the top with their individual icons. When one of the players has cleared the state, for example, if Mifa gets through Tasmania, I will make it dim. Okay, and that's how you can tell that a state is cleared. Whoever clears the most states in an hour is the victor. As per usual, if both have cleared the same number of states, we generally allow them to do a tiebreaker, which is 5 minutes to clear another state. If nobody does, then whoever cleared those first wins. Let me go ahead and just make sure that they are both on, both knowledgeable about that. Okay. Yeah, NPC, what else? What else do you have to say about this? As we are getting close to starting, what are your thoughts about maybe your own strategy? Where would you start first?
You start on the stuff that you feel like you're going to be most comfortable with. You don't want to try and do something that you're kind of iffy on. You basically just, You might even just casually look at the game and be like, yeah, you're being the last game I'm touching. Which I almost kind of did that when I did this with, what was it? Caverns of Kafka. Because I almost did not want to touch that game after I played it just a little bit. But yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to more of this when we get to it. I don't want to spoil anything just yet. We have an hour to talk about these games.
Okay, so I'm checking with them right now. Both say that sudden death is going to work for them, that we will allow 5 extra minutes to try to clear one more state if they have the same number of states. So, perfect. Sudden death rules are in effect. Other than that, I'm ready. I love this music. It's good stuff. Okay. Best of luck! Everybody wish the players luck. Get all of your emotes. I just want to see the widest variety of emotes that you have. Spam those in chat because we are doing the countdown. Yeah, I'm definitely going to recapture. It's okay. You know, this will work for now. Best of luck to the players. Spam, spam emotes. The countdown is happening. As soon as I see a state loaded, I will start our timer. And here we go. Both of the players off to a quick start. Obviously, we've got Keith Courage on the left, and we have Lagoon on the right. These are classics.
I would say right now, Keith Courage is the absolute one you want to start off with. This is by far the easiest state to complete, in my opinion.
I think that I would agree. Okay, I'm taking a look. Okay, Keith Courage, that is the 3rd state in our list. The goal here is just to finish the level and beat the boss. If they can do that, then they get to move on. Players are allowed to load a state, switch to a game whenever they want. We do allow them to ask if they have completed a state, and we will give a confirmation yes or no. So I'm going to go ahead and let them know. So why Keith Courage? Is it just reasonably fast?
Well, it's the game that out of all of these actually feels like it controls like a video game, in my opinion. But that's just a personal opinion. Lagoon, if you know what you're doing, can be fast, but that's only if you know what you're doing. Because there's... what was the... But let me see right here.
Yeah, I'm taking a look. Lagoon, the goal here is to defeat Samson and make it out of the gold cave. So first...
they need to equip the key.
Well, yeah, that's one of the main challenges of this state, knowing that you need to equip a key.
Well, the thing was, when I got this in the GDQ Gauntlet, we had to actually escort the guy, get the key, and I think, was it his escort quest? I think it was an escort quest and then get the key. And then go back. There you go.
It may have been a little bit longer, yeah. Okay, there we go. Hopscotch has used the key and now must kill the boss here, which honestly, with this little health, it's a tall order. It's doable. I've done it.
Yeah, well, the thing about it is that you can't overthink this because, well, what you have to do, and it's really a pain in the butt, is to have a consistent, what is it called? You just have to keep hitting him at the right time.
Yep.
And he will hit you back, but it's really hard to just keep that rhythm going.
Yeah, it's a very strange rhythm. You can sort of stun lock him, but again, it's a very specific rhythm that you have to manage to pull out. Mifa, by the way, doing pretty good with Keith Courage. Neither player clearing a state yet, but I expect us to see at least one state cleared relatively soon, probably by Mifa. Hopscotch may, unless Hopscotch has experience with Lagoon, it may be a little challenging to actually get this state cleared. There are a couple different options, though. First is you could potentially go and level up by killing a few enemies. Another thing would be just learning a little bit how the dagger works and just trying over and over. The thing...
Corndan is typed in chat about the damage properties of actually trying to attack Samson. And it's like, if you're under leveled, you'll still do damage. If you're at a right level, you're not going to do any damage. And if you're at a certain level, you'll do no damage. But if you go a little bit above that level, you'll do damage again. So, yeah, it's just basically how Corndan set up the state and wanted it to be evil. Because I do not remember exactly what level we're at and the damage formula that does.
They started 2. Hopscotch just leveled up to 3, which is the level where you deal no damage to the boss. So
yeah, good luck now.
Yeah, Hopscotch would have to gain 1 more level in order to actually start dealing damage again, which is doable.
Yeah, and the thing about Keith Courage is that you just need to make sure you're not going to take too much damage, and you want to avoid all the spikes, because I think we've seen a couple of deaths already because of those spikes.
Yep. One thing as well is that you can save pretty much anywhere in Lagoon, so saving right outside the door is allowed. And it's not something that is very explicit, but remember, in Kusog7ande, we unless we say that you cannot use saves or passwords, you are allowed to. This is number 1 rule when it comes to continuing a game. Use whatever tools you have. Ooh, Mifa unfortunately died to the boss and immediately loaded the state. I'm not sure that was the right decision.
Well, Mifa was trying to do trade damage, and that can work in some scenarios, but really you want to try and be careful.
Well, I'm wondering, like,
Gauntlet.
if you die, do you continue right outside, or do you have to go back to the very beginning?
I don't know, because I've made that error before, because I remember having Kid Cool as one of my states.
Yeah.
And if I had just continued, I would have had more lives and been able to, do things properly, but no, I was an idiot and didn't do that.
Well,
so,
welcome to the
just need
mind
to check
games. Okay, Hopscotch is trying to save inside Samson's room, and no, that's not going to work. Got to save outside. There we go. Hopscotch just got squished. I hope Hopscotch did manage to save. We'll have to see what happens. Nope, we're on to the caverns of Kafka. Okay.
So one thing that's interesting about this is that because it's a well-programmed game, you can kind of glitch through stuff if you've worked on practicing it. I don't know how Hopscotch is going to take to this. at least they're using the elevator properly.
Now, the goal for this state is to collect 1 treasure. The former state that you got was to collect 3 treasures. And how many did you get when you played it?
No, it was to actually beat the stage, I think.
Oh, what?
Yeah. It was incredible because it was for GDQ.
Oh, yeah, we were a little evil.
Yeah, you guys were totally evil.
Yeah.
And then you downgraded it to 3 treasures for a later state, and nobody was able to collect a treasure during that.
Mm-hmm.
And so you guys are just like, okay, 1 treasure. 1 treasure. I think we can accept 1 treasure.
one day somebody is going to complete one of the states for Caverns of Kafka. It might not be today, but I promise you, eventually somebody is going to do this.
Okay, Mifa needs to try...
Is that a treasure to the left? Did Hopscotch get a treasure?
Yeah, but I think they need to deposit it, I believe. Because, like, I never actually got to do the, Because you have to deposit the treasure somewhere.
Yeah, chat. Actually, anybody, Dana, does that count?
Oh, so they actually have to... Because if just grabbing it was, the objective, then, yeah, I don't... Because that is a treasure, but if they actually have to deposit it, that's a different story.
No. All it says is collect one treasure. So
I'm
counting it.
Okay.
Okay, so there we go. Somebody has completed one of the goals, which is to collect one treasure in the caverns of Kafka. They completed what was stated, and honestly, even getting that treasure can be a little bit challenging if you don't know where you're going or what you're doing. Figuring it out is helpful. But yeah, I am considering that completed.
Yeah, Mifa needs to try and take the boss a little bit slower. She is just running through it, and there has to be a little bit of strategy.
Yeah, there are, oftentimes when it comes to Kusog7ande Gauntlet, the states there are going to be set up in such a way that it will often punish rushing. However, there are certain cases where a state is going to be a bit of a grind and just take a decent amount of time. With that said, I think most of the states for this one, most of the states in this specific gauntlet are going to require good gameplay. Hopscotch falling on the spikes.
Hopscotch almost got so lucky.
It's lie. Yeah. But with that said, we have made the ruling that per the way that the state was phrased, that is a completion of the state. If we wanted anything more, it would have been said more explicitly. So good job. We have one state cleared on Hopscotch's side, none on Mifa's yet. Mifa just needs to get a little bit better at dealing with these additional ads that the boss is putting out all the time.
Well, the thing is, the heads are given iframes, and so it's nice to bop the head, but the fire's doing the damage, and so...
Oh, do the heads not actually hurt you?
That's what it was looking like. Oh, now we're going to the best game.
Well, I mean, this is the most game that we have right now. Let me crank the music up a tiny bit. You gotta hear it.
So I can actually give all the information on this because I actually have technically speed ran this game.
Wait, both players are over it. We've got double Tasmania, everybody. This is what y'all wanted. I think.
So the thing is that they need to grab as much food and water as they can to build up their run bar. And you can at most skip 2, if I'm correct.
I believe you can skip a little bit, but yeah, it's very important to learn that they need to eat. Although Mifa is through.
Yeah, but we still have to get through
The goal is to get to the Yeti. That's correct.
Yeah.
So now we get to the minecart, everybody. Again, this is a little bit I'd say a little bit lengthier than what you might see with a lot of states when it comes to the Gauntlet, but you never really know what you're going to get. Again, if you've played Tasmania before and you know what's going on, you're probably going to be able to complete this one relatively quickly. But if you haven't played it before, then what you really need to do is just learn the basic controls, memorize the path of the minecart here, and also like learn when you're going to have to dodge obstacles in order to survive. And Mifa, unfortunately, that looked for a second like that was a go up, but it was a stay down. But with that said, I've beaten this game. I like this game. I think that it's bad. It's bad. It's definitely bad.
I think that it's bad.
Yeah. However, it's fun. I would say that, like, despite how bad this game is, it also has a strange amount of charm. This is a game that, like, everybody should play at least once. If you haven't played Tasmania, then you need to experience it.
Yeah, I did this for Awful Block preview, and I beat it in a quick enough amount of time that I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just do speed runs of this game.
It's fun.
Okay, now for the fun part.
Okay, yeah, this section definitely gets brutal. Remember, a lot of the timing that we have for this game is generally taken into mind. How long is it going to take for the players to complete? If they can do it in about 6 to 10 minutes, I generally, when I make a state, think, okay, a decent player is going to take about 10 minutes to clear this. Somebody who's really good might take a lot shorter, and somebody who is not good at this game is going to struggle a lot longer.
Yeah, because this is clearing the first 4 stages of Tasmania.
Which, that's a decent amount of Tasmania to play, but it's still definitely doable.
I did this.
Honestly, in 10 minutes, I think that this is a fully doable state. Now, of course, Tasmania is not a trap state. Here's the part I was thinking of. This is the good part, everybody. Get ready. Okay, so what does Mifa need to do? Not fall into the water. You fall into the water, you can get out. Mifa already knows.
Jumping is so precise.
Yeah.
That's what's so bad about it, is that jumping is so precise in this level that, just try and do everything. And what the... Oh.
Yeah, Mifa, like, the thing is, a lot of people who play this game do not think about, like, actually getting out of the water once you fall in, and they'll often just assume that that's death, and that's something that if you assume, you are going to die. You're gonna have some terrible,
I didn't know about
terrible
that myself.
Oh, you didn't know that you could spin out?
No, I didn't, actually.
Yeah, so either Mifa's played this or just mashed buttons when falling into the water, which is
buttons works.
Mash buttons, that's a good idea. You know, don't just be content with dying. Mash your buttons, everybody. Okay, Mifa, this is really close to the end. No! However, I think Mifa may have... That's a game over. That's okay. Like, Mifa was so close to the end. So close.
I was going to be very impressed.
Mm-hmm.
But they'll be able to do it next.
I believe so, yeah.
But yeah, that was the level I least look forward to, because when you're doing the speed run, you don't want to jump in, you don't want to hit that water, and all the jumps are pretty precise.
Yeah, one thing, if you're watching and you haven't played Tasmania, what you may not know is that your spin meter is the same thing as your health. So you need to be very careful not to spin too much. And if your health gets low enough, you are no longer able to spin, and thus very possibly could die. But Mifa through level 1, first try again. Yeah, like as soon as you know what to do in the first level, it's very, very easy.
Yeah, and I would need to look to see what the actual route that you're supposed to go for the quickest amount to get through level 2's cave stage.
Yes. I do want to remind people that Hopscotch has completed one state that was Caverns of Kafka. Mifa has yet to complete a state, but I believe that she's going to get this probably this time, honestly. Like, I would be surprised if Mifa doesn't get it clear here in a little bit. This is not an easy gauntlet, but neither are any of the gauntlets. They are very much a challenge. You know, throwing 10 very, very difficult things at you and just hoping, you know, just giving you the chance to see what you are able to do. Again, having a breadth of knowledge when it comes to Kusog7ande is an advantage here.
Yeah, when I remember even knowing just a little bit, yeah. Because I was thinking about when I had to play Athena for Kuso Finals, watching you play through it actually helped me a little bit in trying to get through that game.
Uh-oh.
For better or for worse. Because nobody should play Athena.
No, everybody should. For about 5 minutes. No, everybody should play for an hour.
Well, it's funny because there's a Japanese runner of Zadet, and I see that they casually play Athena on their Twitter feed, and it makes me laugh.
It's so bad. Like, I mean, it's so bad. Like, NES Athena, y'all.
KDR, actually, Commodore 64 Athena is probably the most tolerable Athena, to be honest.
I would agree with your assessment there. Yeah, we had somebody asking any version of Athena. Like, arcade, I think, might actually be preferable to most people just because it doesn't look like butts. However, I do think that that's one of the hardest to control and play correctly versions of Athena. Like, it's very, very difficult. NES Athena is probably objectively the worst made out of all the Athenas. But
yeah.
Because I already know how to play that, it's not that big of a deal for me. Like, because I've done speedruns of Athena, I'm sort of immune to how terrible it is at this. Why do the penguins hurt so much? Like, that's my concern. They deal so much damage. Go in the water, don't let a penguin touch you. Them's the rules, okay? You don't follow the rules, you're playing this wrong.
Hey, Mifa, you can do it.
Mifa! That's okay. One splash in the water, not a big deal. You can salvage this. Oh, maybe. Mifa, no! No! The dash and straight back into the water. I think I know what Mifa was going for, but there's another life. Like, Mifa, you can clear a state, I promise. This is doable. Hopscotch, by the way, making a really good push through Tasmania. That's okay, Mifa. One splash in the water. That's not a run ender. Just watch out for penguins. Squish the penguins. Watch out for that trap
Mifa's doing
fish.
really well right now.
Yeah, I think Mifa's got this. This is the last level that Mifa has to get through. Oh my gosh.
I'm like tensing up right now. I want so badly. Because this is truly a good gauntlet state to have under your belt. There we go.
Mifa's gonna see the Yeti. There we go. That's it. You don't have to beat the Yeti. You have seen it. And there we go. We are tied. Both of the players have cleared one state, and
No.
Mifa moving on to what is this? Contra Legacy of War?
It's Contra Legacy of War, yes. Oh, that's... Oh, and Hopscotch is doing Guts. Oh, no. Both of these are cool in their own right.
Honestly, Guts is a nightmare. Do you have it? I don't. But that's okay.
What?
That's what it says on Guts. Do you have it?
No.
I remember, like, whenever the kids had to play this on Nickelodeon Guts, they sucked so bad. But that's understandable.
So, the one thing about Legacy of War is that you can... There was a place I kind of stood at the top of the boat to try to avoid getting hit.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see, already dead.
By the way, with Nickelodeon Guts, they have to score 500 points. That's the goal.
Yeah, and I remember not even coming close to scoring half that. And so that's why I avoided it like the plague. That's why I avoided it like the plague, because... I was just
there we
having
go.
too much trouble.
1 out of 6. That's a good start. Okay. Need 700 points. Yeah. It's a lot of points that you have to get.
Yeah. Oh! We have a special guest.
Okay, I gotta come in here and defend Guts as a pick.
No.
So,
I mean, I think
No.
I think it's
so
doable.
First of all, every one of these baskets counts for 5 points. I don't know why it shows you as single points here, but it will count as 5 points. Second, then we have follows up with a racing stage. Racing stage gives you like a point for every second you have left on your timer. You can get very easily 250 points in a single racing stage, and there's 2 of them in this set.
What? Okay, so
You
this
will get
is
to
doable.
500 pretty comfortably, as long as you just don't give up at this impossible challenge that you start off with.
Give up on this impossible.
Yeah, you just wait the 2 minutes and 30 seconds. You don't need any points here. Like, maybe get like 10 points or whatever.
Yeah, like
Hopscotch already has 30 points. That's way above par.
yeah, I can see Hopscotch being like, I'm sucking so bad, this is gonna be like no points, and probably just like second guessing yourself is probably what's going to cause people to quit this state and not finish it.
Guilty.
You know, but literally, if you can make it to the phase 2 and complete phase 2 and realize that you got 250 points out of completing phase 2, then you're just fine. It's just completely fine.
We've got double Contra.
Oh, baby.
On the other hand, I don't know. Contra's a mistake.
Yeah, Contra is a mistake, but it's also the state that I beat. Trying to dodge attacks is borderline impossible. I don't know how. I just got lucky. Because also on this, you have to complete the level, and trying to beat the mid and final boss is a big pain on the butt.
Yeah, it's also like don't think of it as having lives. Think of it as HP. You have 2 HP or 3 HP or whatever. You get hit 3 times and it's game over. This is ridiculous.
The thing they also need to remember is that they have other weapons to use, and they don't have to use just the pistol or the machine gun.
Yeah, but then you die. If you take any damage, you lose the weapon.
Yes, but I mean, you freaking want to
Yes, they should
destroy
be
stuff.
switching. Yeah. No, they definitely should be switching.
I mean, the truth is that I didn't really switch until I got up to the actual mid-boss and final boss. At which point, I just unloaded everything I had.
Mm-hmm.
But
I mean, if you can manage to get to the final boss of this, I guess that's a good strategy. I could not do that.
Well, the final boss is... Well, the thing is, I actually fought the final boss away from the final boss, if that makes any sense.
I think I know what you're describing, but I haven't actually made it to the final boss, so I can't.
Because I tried to fight it without it being on screen so that it couldn't hurt me, up until the point where I had to actually go up and fight it.
Now, I do want to say that Mifa has learned that you can strafe in this, which is very important when you're fighting bosses. Like, being able to move and still hit the boss is essential. Mifa through the first mini boss, although almost out of lives. I see 0 lives left. That's a bit concerning.
Well, I'm pretty sure they don't know how long this
Oh,
stage
you do have
is going to be.
continues, though.
Yeah, but you don't have your
send you back to
weapon.
the start of the stage. You are not at the start of the stage and at the save state.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good.
No.
No.
So you got to get good at actually like playing this game. That's not doable. This game's really hard.
It's like right now they've still avoided the trap state of Baby's Day Out, which is a good thing.
Yeah, but I actually feel like Orb 3D would be possible.
It's very possible.
Yeah, if you have played any Orb 3D, that's one that I would recommend.
Orb 3D is a good game. I will defend it.
Yeah, Green
I will
Dog on
slightly-
Game Gear is another one that I feel would be doable within this time. And Hopscotch is on to Baby's Day Out.
Oh no! Oh no!
Hopscotch, you have
Gotcha.
so many completable choices. Why do you pick the worst choice?
Well, everybody, when it comes to Kusog7ande, we let players choose whatever they want, but oftentimes there are what we call trap states that show up in Kusog7ande, and Baby's Day Out may be considered a trap state by a lot of people, not necessarily by me, but, you know.
Or Maikuyama.
I find this game actually to be a game.
Okay, Hopscotch has already figured out much more than I did.
Mifa on to Green Dog. Oh, I love Green Dog.
Yeah.
The goal is to clear 2 stages.
Yeah, which isn't that hard.
It's not.
Which we'll see if we get, yeah, that's going to be the issue. Because this
I
is
love
a
this level
decently...
so much.
It's a
This
decent-
stage gives me nightmares.
There goes Mifa. Wee. I love the quick. Here's the deal. Because Mifa did load the state, however, there actually is a checkpoint in this level, so at some point, it's very likely that Mifa's not going to realize that, and thus accidentally, well, quote-unquote accidentally, will reload the state after the point that the checkpoint would show up and just never
Here's
know.
the thing. To
Yes?
use the checkpoint, you have to die. Running into lampposts doesn't damage you. It takes a while to actually die on this stage.
Oh, you're
and
right.
Use that checkpoint.
We were getting
and if
the
you
combo
get
there.
and if the sewer grate, if you get thrown into the sewer grate, or just yeah, like that, just infinite comboed. Like sewer grate will send you back before the checkpoint. But good luck.
Yep.
It's like, and, I don't think the level after this is too hard.
Oh,
No.
the level after this is free. It's a victory lap. It is this level. That's hard.
Technically 3. It's still some platform.
It's still
but-
Green Dog. Yeah, just so y'all know, welcome to Kusog7ande. Welcome to the Kuso Gauntlet, where we have had each player clear 1 state so far. This is the nightmare that awaits people who make it this far into Kusog7ande. Although, again, oh no, Hopscotch.
Yeah, I'm going to admit that unless you know how to play illusions, it's going to be a challenge to try to do.
Yeah, you want to describe what they're trying to do?
So-
Because I have my guess, but I'm not sure if I'm right. I got through this level, but I'm not sure if I did so intentionally.
First, let me explain the goal. The goal is to get to the cube section of level 2. D-pad controls the glebes, is what they're called. L and R makes them jump.
So, if I'm correct, you're supposed to basically consolidate all the glebes.
Yep.
And then there'll be an exit.
Get
So-
your glebes together.
As far as I can tell, you're controlling all of them at the same time very poorly.
Yes.
Like imagine, none of that, they don't control well, and you're controlling all of them at the same time. There seem to be only certain places you can jump, and I don't know how these are determined.
Usually when paths overlap each other,
It's not a physically possible world. The paths always overlap.
Yeah, but usually, like, when they are over another path, yeah, they're overlapping, but if you're going under a path, then you can't jump up. That doesn't make any sense. And then once you consolidate all of your blobs, you have to get into the mirror, which Hopscotch gonna be probably trying to jump right there. Good jump. At least Hopscotch is experimenting and learning a little bit. Very odd jump.
Yeah, the hard part here is they need one of them to jump. Okay, they got one of them to jump, but another one spawns because the game is rude.
Yeah,
Nice.
if you, like, there are going to be random enemies, per se, that show up and that can cause problems for your glebes. And honestly, you want to, like... I guess in this level there aren't enemies spawning. It's just that occasionally you just get more of your weird blobs that spawn for no good reason.
Yeah, I did not encounter any enemies in my time with this game.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, the thing is, when I did this for the Gauntlet, I actually figured out how to do it at like the 2-hour mark. And so I thought I might have completed the state, but no, I had just completed the beginning of the state.
Yeah, so once you beat the... Oh, I guess I can not talk about that yet. It's no longer even on screen. But there is a second level, and I don't know what even the goal is in the second level. No idea.
Me neither.
It's
Because I
different
just got
from the
there.
first one. I think that I've beaten that level as well, personally. But that's just because that's a game that really meshes with me for some reason. I like it. Okay, Mifa into the Samson fight. As it turns out, this probably is going to go very, very fast.
Yeah, so you have to be about 1 pixel away for this, and also in the direct middle for the knife to hit.
The knife. That's generous.
It's a knife. It's definitely a knife. I'll defend it that much.
Yeah.
You can survive the earthquake by jumping, which is I recommend.
Yep.
But
I think Mifa's just trying to figure out how to actually connect a hit.
I recommend grinding. Like, grind and stun lock. This is not an or situation. I would get both. You're not going to stun lock perfectly. You're not PJ. You have not played this game a million hours.
Okay. At least Mifa knows that you can hit the enemy with your weapon. That's a good amount of knowledge. But yeah, a little bit of a grind. Like, realizing that this is an RPG, there's a level system. You may wish to actually use that level system. And also take into account that with the Kusog Gauntlet, we usually aim for something to be doable in about 6 to 10 minutes. Which this one is... Often, if you go and do a little grind, you like, I know people don't want to grind.
Yeah, even grinding to level 3, it requires you to kill, what, like 6 enemies with where the state starts you? That's nothing.
Yeah, it's not much.
That's a minute.
But as Cordan says, that if you grind to level 3, then you're gonna do 0 points of damage at the boss.
Well, then just grind to level 4. Grind to level 4, you know you can save the game.
Yeah,
And,
honestly, like, do a little grind, save, and then if you still can't beat it, do a little more grind, save, and then bam.
Okay, Mifra thinks she's found a safe pixel,
Oh my
I
gosh,
think.
is this it?
Oh, never
Oh,
mind.
that was so close! Oh my gosh. I can't believe it. Like, Mifa...
She almost pulled it off.
Both players have cleared one state. If Mifa clears another one, that moves her into the lead very definitively. Again, this is a very tough gauntlet. Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I think Mifa's just gonna have to perfect it and get up and just be lucky. Because I think Mifa's hoping that they're gonna jump right at the perfect spot.
Okay, Hopscotch going back to Tasmania. Not a bad move. It's definitely a doable state.
Yeah, I'm just sad nobody has tried to do Orb 3.
Orb 3D.
It's so much. It's really so much fun. I casually would play that game. It was my favorite, I think, of all these states.
I have to hate it out of principle. Okay, Mifa is getting
Come on,
lots
Mifa.
of hits. Is Mifa going to
Get
be
that
able
rhythm.
to just...
Get that rhythm.
Oh my
get that
gosh.
rhythm. Get that rhythm.
The boss
get
is
that...
down!
Yes.
That is a
Nice.
clear for
Yes.
Mifa. Mifa is definitely in
She-
the lead.
She does have to make it out though.
Oh,
It's
wait.
not that hard.
Really?
Yeah, that's what this. Yeah, the goal is to beat Samson and make it out.
No, don't go out that way.
I mean,
But
this is
why
a way
not?
to get out of the cave. It works.
At least save.
She's not gonna die on the way out. There's nothing that can kill her on the
No,
way.
but she's just supposed to go up.
Oh, does that also take you out?
Yes.
I did the same thing. I
Yes.
also just ran backwards.
No, you
It's
just
like-
need that. They're technically gonna go. That
I love
I
it.
mean, technically
I
they're gonna
love it.
make it out. But I mean, it's technically correct. But all you need to do is go up to actually complete it.
There we
Look, for
go.
all she knew, going up was a trap, and it would have insta-killed her.
Honestly, I
I mean,
understand
it still,
that.
it still
That
counts.
is a clear.
It still counts. It still counts because they had to make it out. It didn't say which eggs they had to go out of. So
Yep.
yes,
Yeah.
3D.
I do
Let's
love that we
go.
have had a lot of arguing for what counts as the state being cleared or not. And I would say that in general, if a state is, if the goal is vague enough that I could say they technically cleared it, then we generally will count it for the players. Welcome to Orb 3D, everybody. The goal is to clear 2 of these stages, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So if
This
I'm
one's
correct,
bad.
you need to attack the eyes that are open, but you can't actually go progress if the middle eye is open.
That
Yep.
is
Yeah, you gotta
correct.
hit Big Brother in the middle, and then you have to hit every other eye twice, essentially.
Yes.
They open up the first time you hit them, they die the second time you hit them. Also, you're playing Pong at the same time.
Yeah, this game, like, here's the deal. It's a better night. It's a better idea than it is a game.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's fair. It's still fun.
Right.
I mean, I have beaten this game. It's very fun, in my opinion. It has good ideas. It's just really hard to play.
Honestly, if they didn't have gas, I think gas is like the biggest frustration with this game.
gas
like,
is
you
a
don't
big
need it.
failure for the game, yeah.
Like, just give me less points when I'm slow. Don't just like. It's the worst way of timing out, essentially.
Okay, there we go. Mifa doing a very good job of actually getting some solid hits in here. This is ridiculous. Very, very good job. Like, she's figured out this level super quickly. Every level that you have in Orb 3D is basically a puzzle, by the way. And as you can tell, like, right now, things aren't getting cleared. I think Mifa is like, what is going on? What the crap? Just reloading the state. Not needed, but kind of understandable if you don't know what's going on. If it seems like you might have done something wrong, it sort of is understandable, but I think it would have been a good idea to keep continuing on. By the way, neither player is getting eliminated from Kusog7ande because of this gauntlet, but whoever loses will have to play a second gauntlet, and thus, you know, suffer a little bit more for our entertainment. Hopscotch has been floundering around a little bit. Oh, Escorian is saying that Mifa was resetting when fuel was low. I suppose that makes sense. That if you don't know how fuel works, that is good. There's a shop in the game that's just as miserable to control as the rest of the game.
Yeah, I had played some Orb 3D, so I knew exactly how to at least fidget around through
Yeah,
it.
I'd say that although I wouldn't want to play Orb 3D, I would feel confident in doing Orb 3D. Like, I feel like that's a state that I could clear. But I hate it. I still hate Orb 3D. It sucks. No! Mifa into the spikes! Unfortunately, spikes are insta-kill. I think Mifa is making a good choice coming back here. Hopscotch making a good choice staying on Tasmania a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Like,
That jump where she died is harder than it looks, because you have to jump from the very right side of that platform to make
Really?
it all the way across.
Yeah.
And you have to jump up to that platform. And when you're in the air, all you can do is choose to stop. You don't have actual left-right control, like air controls. You can just make yourself stop dead in midair. And that's it. And
nice.
Well, it's better than nothing, but like you have to just stop perfectly on the right edge of that platform, and it's so incredibly rude.
Yeah. I've played a few. No, the gunman pushed Mifa into the pit. Quite literally, a man who was also a gun. Hopscotch, though, I think is just getting through the minecart section. I feel like we're going to get things tied up in just a little bit. Hopscotch just needs to get to the Eddy, and honestly has almost done so. It really, I think that this attempt or next, Hopscotch should be able to do that. You just have to, like, remember how to do the minecart section and not, like, die. And there we go, Hopscotch through the minecart. You do have limited lives in Tasmania, though, so just make sure the levels that you played before, you don't die so that you have more attempts later on. Mifa, meanwhile, I believe is getting close to the boss of Keith Courage.
Yeah, I think it's one more drop.
Yeah.
Yeah, one more drop, I believe.
And other people mentioned that Mifa has made it to the boss before, so this will... Like, this could go very fast as long as Mifa realizes, like, the boss deals... Fire hurts, and the heads don't hurt quite as much as the boss does.
The boss... Touching the boss is what's really bad.
Yeah, touching the boss is like a full heart.
Touching everything else is less hard.
So what I did here was I jumped up to bait the fire, and then so you just jump up to bait the fire, fall down, fire goes way over your head, attack the heads to protect yourself a bit, but otherwise just damage race, and that got me through.
Damage race
the final stretch here.
Well, not pure damage race. Like you dodge it, like you defend yourself a little bit, but mostly but like don't back up, don't try to get one hit and away. Like just mostly focus on getting in damage.
Yeah. It is important to note that there can be some... Oh, Hopscotch does not know about using the tornado to get out of the water. This is something that Mifa learned very quickly playing. The thing is, like, if it looks like you're dead but you're still on screen in a game, just experiment, mash your controls, because you can get out of the icicle. You do not have to insta-die there like Hopscotch right there.
I think they're also not trying to jump on the penguins, which they really should be doing.
Yeah, they just tanked a couple hits, and 2 hits is half your HP.
Yeah. Like, I think Hopscotch is just trying to think, like, how do I... Oh my gosh. Yeah, the thing is, games sometimes aren't very straightforward, and you have to experiment with them. You have to think, you know, if a game gives you something that's challenging, is it really the game that's... Are you overthinking or underthinking it? And in this case, it's definitely underthinking.
There you go.
Mifa racing the boss. Nice.
There we go. State 3 cleared for Mifa. Hopscotch onto that level as well. And now Mifa's going to try Caverns of Kafka, which is probably going to feel reasonably confusing, but this is a doable state.
Yeah, this is more doable than when I had to do it.
Yeah, Hopscotch managed to get through it. Honestly, everybody, I recommend trying to play this game because everything feels wrong.
Yeah, so why Mifa just sort of fell instead of jumping? She has to hold the button now. Now she lived because this game makes no sense, and then she walked right instead of left. That was a mistake. The treasure was to your left.
Yeah, there... Well, I mean, there are multiple
I'm literally
treasures.
not sure why she lived. I don't understand how damage works in the game. You just live sometimes.
Yeah, you just die sometimes as well.
Yeah,
this wonderful
the other
music.
side of the coin. Oh, there's another treasure.
Oh my gosh. Okay. That's it.
And they got it. Yep,
Mifa's,
that's it.
I'm gonna mark that. That's 4 states for Mifa. But
what does Mifa even have left that's really doable?
We're not telling Mifa. Mifa has to ask.
Well, in my opinion, Green Dog is the most doable.
Mifa is not aware that she has cleared the state. The goal in this state is to get a treasure per the instructions here, and Mifa has done that.
Yeah, I don't know. I go with Orb 3D or Guts, but there's definitely nothing easy left over.
So it turns out the Caverns of Kafka is usually a trap state, but somehow this ended up being the blessed state. Both players have completed it. It's just Mifa doesn't know. Welcome to this game. Sometimes you just know. Sometimes you know that you completed something, and sometimes you don't. And I'm not allowed to tell them unless they ask. That's the rules. There's another treasure. That's, unfortunately, death. That's okay. Mifa, you cleared it. If you switch to a different game, you don't know that you cleared this state, but you still did. It doesn't matter if you claim that you did or not. You did.
Now we got Nickelodeon Guts going.
Guts!
On your mark, get set.
Yeah, I have to say that Mifa is running away with this. Hopscotch is an excellent player and has been struggling. Mifa somehow has just had some miraculous skill with some of this. And Hopscotch out of fuel, that is an orb death. You do not want your orbs to die. Or do you? I don't know. I don't care.
I'm done with this game. I'm just gonna let everything die.
I hate Orb 3D. It's so dumb. Like, it, again, cool idea. It's just that, like...
You should ask Okami if they like Orb 3D.
Okami, do you like Orb 3D? Huh? I actually don't know what Okami's gonna say, and I'm very concerned. No? Oh, what? Okami and I share something? We have something in common? We have good taste when it comes to Orb 3D? Wow. Mind you, I can't remember if I've beaten this game, but I've gotten very close. Unfortunately...
There is one level in Orb 3D that's like borderline impossible.
All of them?
And I think at level 28, if I'm thinking correctly. It's basically a very incredibly tough maze.
No. Okay, that sounds evil. Like, all of this...
Oh, stage 29. Okami knows what I was thinking.
Yeah, it's just that this game is... If you've never played Orb 3D, this game is just very, very difficult to play. One thing that the players don't know, though, is that, first off, there's a shop in the game so that you can refuel. I don't know if you're refueling your Pong things or your spacecraft thing. I don't even know what you are. Are you sure?
It's spacecraft orb, because
if it's in space, it doesn't.
You don't
need
actually
fuel.
lose fuel when you hit the pongs on the side. You only lose fuel when you press the A button to sort of do that dive attack.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm just here jamming to Nickelodeon Guts music.
It's good. Mifa has made 9 regular shots, which is fine. Keep going. Mifa, do not get scared by the score screen. Do not get scared. Keep going. Don't reset. Don't load the state.
Yep. 45 is fantastic.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. There are a lot of stages. Okay, get to the finish line. Okay, Mifa can do this. Player 1, get ready. Hopscotch left Orb 3D and went to Green Dog, and I'd say if you have not played Orb 3D...
What's Hopscotch doing?
Hopscotch, I think, got stuck. Okay, Mifa, you can do this. Go up.
Oh, yes, I got stuck on this stinking stage.
Oh, yeah, I remember you doing this one, NPC.
Yes, I couldn't beat this stage.
Can you die as a child?
No. You have a health bar,
can't.
and I don't know what the health bar does. I was not able to die.
They're like, oh no, you twisted your ankle.
trying to remember where I got incredibly teed off
How do you
during
even
this.
climb? Like
You
that?
have to be the exact right distance from the pipe and press up.
Oh, like that.
Yes, like that, but not accidentally jump off immediately afterwards. There we go.
It's
How do you
very.
die as a child? Play Baby Boomer.
Yeah.
You want to
that's-
die as a child, just play Baby's Day Out.
Just play anything with baby in the title. That's how you die as a baby.
Yes.
Oh, I'm running into the wall. It's just so satisfying to see this. Like, this is actually pretty, like, really impressive animation for the Super Nintendo era.
It's visually nice.
It's not
like
nice.
turning should not take time. That is something I feel very strongly about in any game, and this game
Agreed.
has a turning speed, and it's
Guts. Ah, yeah, the bad gotcha. I would say that if it's not Prince of Persia, I pretty much agree with you. Prince of Persia is maybe the exception.
Prince of Persia is a good game that's almost ruined by its turn speed. It is not an exception.
Almost an exception.
I like Prince of Persia, but that's just because I've played it quite a bit.
Yeah, it's also I don't think has aged very well, but it was great for its time.
But also, you know, Nosferatu is a Prince of Persia-like game, and that has an amazing soundtrack.
And also, Lester the Unlikely is a fantastic Nosferatu game.
No, Mifa, why did you reset?
Because they got trapped where I got trapped.
Yep.
Oh, that you just hold up. You just
No.
hold up and you grab on.
See, you
I have
say
tried
this.
to hold up. You say that,
I
but it
got
doesn't
through.
work.
I don't know. That section was like not that hard. Yeah, maybe I got lucky, but
Okay, well, honestly, with us almost at the end of the gauntlet, I think it's important for people to think, like, what is something that might be doable with the remaining time that I have? And I would agree that if Guts doesn't feel like something that would work for you, moving to something else that kind of made more sense, like Contra.
The issue is Guts takes time,
it
and there's no
certainly
way
does.
to avoid.
I mean, all
But
of the
I mean-
states take time. Like that's more than Hopscotch's problem. Like, so Lagoon is definitely the fastest completable state. I don't know if there's two more states that reach 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, I don't think there's a way that Hopscotch can catch up. With that said, like, Hopscotch was very close on multiple states. I feel like this might just not be the gauntlet for Hopscotch, and that's fine, you know? That this is how it goes. Luckily, Hopscotch is in the winner's bracket. You know, they will not be eliminated from the tournament because of losing this gauntlet. It's going to have to be a little bit more work to stay in Kusog7ande. But, you know, one person from the winner's bracket and one person from the loser's bracket will get to the end and then be on equal fighting grounds to decide who will be victor. So Hopscotch is definitely not out of the tournament at all.
Yeah, the issue with Hopscotch is that they think hitting from the side's going to help when it really, really doesn't.
And yeah, Mifa was definitely worried it was taking her too much time, but I don't know. I feel like she was pretty pot committed personally, but yeah.
Yeah, my big worry is, did Hopscotch get one level? Because if so, Hopscotch cannot hurt the boss. Because this game is evil.
I think
nope,
Hop-
nope,
There you
nope,
go.
Hop-
Hop's level
Yeah,
2.
they're doing damage. Yeah.
Okay, that was damage.
Oh wait, no, they're level
Ooh.
3. Yeah. Yeah, they had 41 XP, so they're level 3.
Wait a second, I thought somebody said you won't deal damage at level 3.
I think
got core
it might be
dash
level
set.
5 where you don't deal damage. I don't know.
I don't-
Maybe level 3 and a weapon will make it exactly equal.
Aha.
But they don't have the weapon.
Ow. It's a good game over tune. Unfortunately, Mifa, game over on Contra, switching over to
Oh,
Baby's Day
no.
Out. Obviously,
You might as well
Mifa-
waste the 3 minutes. Waste the 3 minutes with Baby's Day Out.
I mean, she hasn't tried it
approve.
yet. Why not?
okay.
I approve.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
God. Baby, okay. Baby, okay.
Okay, baby.
Not okay.
Gotcha. Welcome
Yeah, so how
to.
do I actually like get in the helicopter? Because I couldn't figure that out, and then Hopscotch did it immediately.
You
That's
just
clearly
push
the only way
one
through.
of the 3 buttons. That's all.
I don't remember, and I don't care to remember.
That is
It's
very
really
fair.
not that hard. It's the same way you get in the shoes. By the way, why do you need shoes? To climb a ladder, obviously. I
mean,
love that you have to shoot the robbers or the kidnappers with missiles, like with literal missiles.
This seems like an appropriate punishment. Don't be a kidnapper if you don't want to be shot by missiles.
It's true.
God, this
Yeah, or
looks
else things
so...
are just gonna blow up in your face.
By the way, for those who don't know Baby's Day Out, you can blame Maiku Yama for this. He's the one who discovered it and was like, this game has way too much depth for what it is, and it certainly does. So Mifa has run into an issue where the helicopter is not fast enough to get past the final laser. Which means that Mifa is going to have to backtrack through the lasers again in order to go do other stuff in the level. Which, there's only 1 minute left, so who cares? And there we go. Mifa. I love that you're just like a guardian angel trying to protect this baby from kidnappers by literally committing probably war crimes, actually. Pretty sure.
I feel like it's not a war crime to murder people with a toy helicopter.
I feel like shooting anything with a missile, if you're not currently in war, is definitely a crime of sorts. Especially, like, they're civilians. Yeah, they're kidnappers, but they're civilians kidnappers. They're not militia, know what I'm saying? You can't shoot anybody with... You can't just shoot anybody with a missile. Gotcha.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe I feel like no judge would convict you. No jury would convict you.
I would. Don't shoot.
Well, good thing you're not on my jury.
I'd be like, this was excessive force. Yeah. Doe Wolf, you better watch out. You shoot a kidnapper with a missile. First, I'm going to be like, how did you get that missile? And second...
Then I'm going to be, like, jealous?
No, I'd convict you. Hello. Pay attention to the conversation here. Well, everybody, that is it. Let me go ahead and bring Mifa up. And I am going to welcome Hopscotch as well, if Hopscotch wishes. Join voice if you want. Yeah, join voice is now officially 1 word per what I typed there. Hello, Mifa!
Lolly ho!
Hey, you know what?
What?
You won.
Did I really?
Yes, and actually it was... Let me go ahead and bring Hopscotch in because with everything that happened here, I feel like somehow some of these states worked for you. And like... Hopscotch struggled so much and like got really close on several states. But yeah, I'll go ahead and say this was very clearly you who won, Mifa. You got 4 states cleared. Hopscotch got 1 of them. These are some of the hardest states that we've had in a gauntlet, though. So this is a brutal one. You both suffered.
I got 4?
Yeah, I know.
How many did you think you got?
I only got 3, I thought.
You grabbed the treasure.
You grabbed the treasure in the caverns of Kafka.
Oh, that counted?
Yeah, we were like, Mifa doesn't know that she cleared it, but she did. Which, by the way, yeah, Hopscotch, thank you for asking that. It was a little bit unclear what the exact win condition was for the Caverns of Kafka, and we decided that yes, you had done it, you cleared it, you were good. What is happening there? This is confusing. Whoa. I'm sorry, my mind is blown. Yeah, Hopscotch. these games are really bad, and you got punished.
Yeah, I didn't do well. A lot of these were
That's
not
okay.
for me, I guess.
That's okay. Honestly, a lot of these are not for anybody. Like,
Yeah, and let me tell you, I had these
I have
exact same
experience
mistakes.
I've only ever played one of these games before, and it's Orb 3D. And my experience was I never want to play this ever again.
yeah, neither of you cleared Orb 3D. Let me go ahead and run down what Mifa cleared in addition to the Caverns of Kafka. Mifa also got Keith Courage in Alpha Zones. And it took a little bit of work to get back there and actually get through there. Like, I don't know if you had 5 or 6 attempts. You had several where you made it to the boss but died, but that eventually paid off. You also had Tasmania, Hopscotch. Mifa figured out something really handy that a lot of people don't figure out. When you fall into the water and turn into an ice cube, you can spin out of it and keep going.
What?
I know.
You're frozen.
It looks like you're dead, but you're not. You're not dead as long as you actually spin out of it.
If it makes you feel any better, Hopscotch, I did not know that either.
Yeah, that gets a lot of people. And then Mifa also got Lagoon. That was like, what the crap, Mifa? How did you do that?
Well, I utilized that we could save in the game, so that
Okay.
was easy.
Good.
And then I took part with the Advent calendar last year, and we had to do that first whole part of Lagoon, so I knew where to go.
Oh, and so having a wider knowledge of Kusog7ande. Yeah, usually that's not helpful in the tournament, but for the Gauntlet, it's the one case where having a wide amount of knowledge can actually be beneficial. So, yeah, that definitely helps. But that wouldn't help you figure out how to kill Samson, which was the big problem, I feel.
I knew you guys have talked about that there was like a quick kill and you can stun lock it, so I'm just like, I'll just go there and see what I can do.
Ooh, you've heard rumors. Okay, and the rumors paid off. Yeah, Hopscotch, I know that you were trying a few different directions there, and I think that if you would have stuck with it a little bit more, you might have been able to pull off the stun lock, but at the same time, I think you were just really trying to figure out how to get in there without getting hit yourself, huh?
Yeah, I also didn't know where his hitbox was because I kept attacking and it didn't seem to hit him at all a lot of the times.
I mean...
When you come
yeah.
right in the door, if you tap left, then you're able to hit him if you go straight up.
Yeah, if you, like, that's a really good point, Mifa. I think using the terrain to line yourself up in order to actually be lined up with the hitbox, that was a very smart idea and one that, like, we saw on the attempt when you got up there. And then there's also a very specific rhythm where you can actually kind of stun lock him so that he doesn't hit you. And it took me for a few tries, but eventually you got that. You got the stun lock, you killed him. It was a little bit ridiculous. Another way, though, that could have worked out is doing a little bit of a grind outside. And I believe Hopscotch, you at least leveled up once or twice during that.
I did level up once because it was only like 3 or 4 guys in order to level up at one level.
Yeah, it's
But
reasonably
then I saw the amount of
fast.
XP needed for the next one. I was like, no, probably not.
Maybe I'm good for now. Yeah, I think Wolf was saying that they leveled up to level 4 or something in order to take down Samson, and that was like it's a
Leveled up to 4, then just wait for the sunlock at that point. Much more consistent when you can survive more than 2 hits.
it takes time, but you clear a state. Like that's the trade-off right there.
It probably was about the same amount of time that both of us spent on it. I think me and Riva. But yeah, whatever.
No, like that's an important thing to consider. Usually, like when I'm thinking with an RPG, thinking of something, it's probably going to take a little bit longer, but just taking the time to do some of the boring stuff can end up paying off in the long run. But that said, like, I think that what you were doing would have worked if you would have kept going with it, Hopscotch. You were on the right track with that. But with that said, yeah, welcome to Brutal Stuff. Was there one of these states that scared you, Mifa, that you like checked out and were like, nope?
If you notice, I never played Illusions while we were playing.
Hopscotch almost cleared a level.
When I booted up,
I'm not sure what I was doing.
You almost did. You were doing it right. I know you didn't know what you were doing, but that's the Illusions
The controls
experience.
are awful, but you had the right idea.
What is actually the goal?
Like, combine them together is the right play.
Yeah, combine them together, then go through the mirror. So you were...
Then you get to level 2, which none of us know what you're supposed to do.
I've beaten level
2, the
2.
second half of level 1.
I've beaten it.
Okay, what are you supposed to do in the cube?
It's been a while. I don't even remember what it looks like, but I've beaten that level.
It looks like a cube.
Well, okay, yeah, looks like a cube. And
the timer is literally mirrored. It's such a weird stage.
Yeah, it's a little brutal. But yeah, Hopscotch, you were doing that right as well, and that was one that, like, honestly, just a little bit more time and you might have gotten it. I do think both of you got scared by Baby's Day Out pretty quickly.
I managed to work out how to get in the helicopter. And then I wasn't sure how much longer the level was going to go after that, so I was like, maybe I better try something I actually know what I'm doing in.
Yeah, that's fair enough. And I think that abandoning that as quickly as possible was a good idea, because not only is that level or that game very confusing, but that level in particular is a little bit long. That's definitely a very punishing state if you've never played before. And even if you had, it's pretty difficult to get through. Yeah, I'm sad that we didn't get to see more Green Dog. That's one of my favorites. I mean,
Heck that game.
Heck that game.
Very rude game.
Oh yeah, that stage. There are 2 or 3 stages in Green Dog that are very, very cruel. And the skateboarding one, it's comedically cruel in my opinion, but it's also really, really, like, easy to get frustrated on it. So yeah, that's fine that you just abandoned it. With that said, like, I feel like even though Mifa was the clear winner here, it's both of you still put on really good attempts. And Hopscotch, for better or for worse, you get another Gauntlet in your near future.
Oh no!
No, I would be flattered. I want to play more.
I wasn't in
Gauntlets.
Losers.
Well, now you are. But that's okay. The good thing is it's not going to be the same 10 states. But generally, I don't know. I already got a list of some of the games here, and I'm really excited to see the future Gauntlets that we have. They're going to be a lot of fun. No,
I'm excited for one of my states. I really hope to see it.
yeah, all of the GMs, thank you so much for preparing the various states that we've had here, and thank you, Doe Wolf and NPC, for coming and commentating. You both made it very easy to keep track of what was happening, and it was a lot of help. And then when I need to focus on something, I'm just like, I'll let you two talk for a little while.
I'm glad you appreciate me randomly jumping into chat.
Oh, I loved it. Yeah, and do you have anything else, Mifa, that's going on that you'd like people to know?
In about 4 to 5 hours, we'll be tackling my, 400 game shuffler at the moment now?
Welcome to life. Mifa has made a decision and is sticking with that.
I respect it.
We just added PlayStation and Saturn support like a couple weeks ago, and we just got flooded.
Oh no, I love it. Thank you so much for being ridiculous and for just embracing the chaos that is the shuffler. Hopscotch, is there anything going on that people should know about, or life going okay?
Go watch Mifa.
Go watch Mifa, everybody, but not right now, later. For now, we need to go and raid somebody. I'm taking a look to see who we are raiding. We do have more Kusog7ande tomorrow, and better yet, it's not SGDQ tomorrow like I thought it was.
Oh goodness, if it was SGD tomorrow and I'm not in Minneapolis, I'm very worried.
Dowolf, I was very dumb, and I somehow just thought everything was starting tomorrow, and I don't know. I don't even know anymore. You know what? It's Gilder's birth month. Sure.
And he's playing Cursed Halo.
Should we watch Cursed Halo? You want? Do people want Cursed Halo? We can do Cursed Halo. Honestly, the first time that I played Halo, it was cursed because I had a bad graphics card, so all the textures were pink.
That
And
sounds like fun.
I loved it. Like, I cannot think of Halo without seeing pink textures. It's great. Okay, do we have a good raid message, everybody? Oh, also, I do want... Oh, gotcha. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Nice.
Yeah, and feel free to use ghost emojis around that as well, because it is from Baby's Day Out, and you play as a ghost or a guardian angel or like an airplane ghost. I don't even know. Everybody. Just say gotcha. Okay, friends, take care. I'll see you tomorrow. See you later, Hopscotch.
Much love, everyone.
Bye, Mifa. Bye, NPC. Dowolf. Bye, both of you. Bye.